BG Promotions Incorporated, BGP, is a digital advertisement and marketing corporation created and designed to assist small businesses in building and/or maintaining their digital brand marketing platforms. Headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia, BG Promotions utilizes a unique network of local and global resources to develop a cohesive brand strategy and visual message for your business. Using a combination of internet marketing, social media marketing, and traditional marketing, our campaigns target every sphere of your potential marketplace. By covering all promotional outlets, we are able to achieve a sizable return on a relatively small investment. Contact us today to learn more or to set up an appointment to discuss your needs and business goals. We're looking forward to helping you elevate to the next level. Through me, they see you.
He kind of sexy. Look at him. Where the hell you find him at? That was cute. Go a little sexy avatar. What they call him?
Avatar. An avatar. Yeah, an animation.
What's going on, family? We here. We talking. We decided to go live. This Cocktails and Conversations. I'm trying to highlight what I do as a life influencer, influencing folks to live their best life now. That's so ghetto. I'm influencing you to live your best life now. That's what I like to say. But I'm also a crowd motivator, motivating you. No, I ain't motivating nobody right now. I don't like that either. We're going to figure it out. So with the Cocktails and Conversations, I'm Tisa Edge. And I got a question. I want to know some business frustrations because I got my own, but I want to hear from y'all first before I tell my own. Shaun, give me the first one. What's your first frustration and who are you, damn it? What you do?
Of course, my name is Shaun Sinclair. I'm the owner and operator of Pen and Pen Multimedia, which includes Pen and Pen Publishing as well as Pen and Pen Films. And one of my biggest business frustrations, I'm going to try to roll them into two. Number one is that, so for my business, my personal business practice, right? I come from the community, the Black community, urban community, and that's where I want to strive to uplift or empowerment, right? So I started to make a conscious effort to do business with a lot of Black-owned businesses or minority-owned businesses, I should say. And I find it being so difficult because a lot of us really don't have our business in order. Now, mind you, I'm not pointing a big finger at you and a little finger at me because nothing's perfect about my business as well, right? However, what I mean when I say the business is not in order, for example, all right, there's a certain segment of my business that I'm really striving to basically like farm out to other entrepreneurs, other small business owners like myself, right? And one problem I always run into is that either they're overpriced or they don't price at all, right? For example, I may ask for a particular service and their first question is this. I'm going to give you a note now, by the way. If you hear this, if you say this to me, automatically you're probably going to cut yourself out. But the first thing they ask me is, what's your budget, right? To me, that's automatically game. Because if you come to Pen and you want a book done, right? Our price is our price, whether you're Beyonce or whether you're Joe Blow up the street, right? I'm not going to hit you over the head and say, okay, your price is going to be such and such because your budget is such and such. To me, that's a pet peeve because it indicates, number one or two things. Either you don't have your business in order because if you did, you would already have your price points erected. Or number two, you're trying to get me out some bread. That's my pet peeve. So from there, the conversation is always going to go sideways to me. I'll listen to what you're saying, depending on how much time I have. But after that, I'm already knowing that you're not ready on your business, right? Secondly, in conjunction with that, you want to go ahead.
Hold on. Let's go back to what is your budget? Because the question, I just had this conversation with BG Promotions, right? We had this conversation because I said the way your frustrations are with all these people that's contacting you and they don't understand all that you do. I said, ask, what's your budget? Because you're going to know. But I also agree with what you just said. You know how much you are planning to spend when you contact me.
Correct.
You already know. So you just automatically know. So Is that
Mhm.
urban thing? That's our issue. We don't want to spend it. That's why we're contacting each other. Or is it just like you said, we just ain't got our business together?
I'm gonna always err on the side of positivity, so I'm gonna say we just don't know. And the reason why I say that is this, right? For example, with us, we have a tiered system. Our top tier is 5,000. Our lower tier is like 3,500, right? But then we also have a la carte services. So when you come to us, I'll give you an example, right? And again, I'm not saying we're the standard, but here's an example. If you come to us and say you want a book done, right? All right, we're going to have a conversation, a consult, and see where you are inside your publishing journey. Now, you may not need the whole package, i.e., tier, top tier. You may need editing, you may need formatting, you may need cover design. So whatever you need, we have a tier for that, and our pricing is our pricing. It's not predicated upon how much money you have to spend. Meaning, if you don't have enough money to spend, then we're just not your cup of tea right now, and we're okay with that because our price points are indicative of what it is that we do. You see what I'm saying? We're not going to ask you what's your budget. We're going to tell you what it is we offer, what our pricing is for that, and then you decide from there.
See, so how do you deal with the people when you tell them your pricing and the first thing they say is, oh, you too expensive? That means they're not ready for you, right?
100%. And we don't take that personal. At the end of the day, if I want to buy Mercedes, right? I may want the G wagon, but when I go to Mercedes, my price only might qualify me for a CLS. I'm not going to tell Mercedes, look, your G wagon's too expensive. Well, if it's too expensive, that vehicle is not for me anyway. So I got to get my bread up. You know what I'm saying? So the same concept. True story. We had a potential client contact us, and they asked us about a particular service, and we gave them the price.